Once I left Delta Junction, it seems like I'm driving on a different road in a different country or something. The road is just smooth. So the Delta meat and sausage, that's where it's at. Comfy cabin right there. Just quiet and peaceful out here. You can see off to the side. Oh look, you can still see ice up on the mountain top. Over there in the mountains, you can see ice on the mountains. And you can see how it is down there. Like a dried riverbed. Almost. Take a quick spin down there. It's the Gerst River Bridge. Take a quick look outside and then step back inside and head on out on my journey. But yes, in the distance, let me see if I can zoom in back there. Oh, you see that right there? You can still see the ice up on top of the mountains back there. Yeah, so once again, like I said, even though we're heading south, and you know south is usually warmer than up north, it's still a bit cold out here. And here is where the water takes control during the time right after the melting of the ice. You can see it. Still have some dead logs and trees and some debris still stuck down there. And there's the bridge right there, Gerst River Bridge. Right now, this isn't much of a river, as you can see. Not much of a river. But, again, in the background, you can see the ice up on the mountains. There's the span of the bridge. Gerst River Bridge. Alrighty, head on back on my journey. So this is actually the Black Veterans Memorial Bridge over the Gersler River. Smooth, 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 smooth. They're 160 miles away from Canada, or the Canadian border, which is going to take me about 4 hours total, about 3 hours driving, and another hour stopping to get gas, take pictures, etc., etc. But like I say, I'm rolling along. Low, the aircraft is flying over there. Where can I get it? Right there. Oh man, it just went out of sight now. Still no signal on the phones as I cross over the Johnson River. Let me zoom out a bit. So we can see. Alright, so there we go. This is Johnson River we're crossing. And this one's got a wooden surface. Look at that motorcycle right there. It's got a little side. Johnson River look a bit better than the Gersel, but nevertheless it's not in its full capacity. With Johnson River Bridge, like I say, as you can see, the span is actually wooden, and you can see some of Alaska's majestic mountains ahead. Some totally green, while others are kept, well, not necessarily kept, but have a lot of ice on it. Now we can see it much better. Right there. Still, like I say, much of the mountain peak is covered in cloud right now, under the cloud. But you can see the ice on the side, on the ridges. But let me head on out. And on this side of the mountain, it's all green. And the clouds are way above the mountains, not on top of the mountains. Sears Creek. So we're now in Dot Lake. Dot Lake is where we're at right now. And you can see Dot Lake. And that's the Dot Lake Community Chapel right there. Right there's the Dot Lake Community Chapel. Let me see what this building is right here. I'm gonna walk over there and take a look at it to see what this one is right here. Got a lot of cameras on it all the way around. Not certain what it is, but it's got a lot of camera around it, that's for certain. And there's the lake. That lake is at mile 1368 on this Alaskan highway. Guess there's a boat launch out here or something. Seen a few vehicles with what seems to be boat. Yep. There. Okay. Dot Lake. Camp, I guess. Hello. Gotta go look it up on the internet to see what the population size is, etc. But that's that lake right there. That's Dot Lake School. It just says Dot Lake School. I couldn't say if it's elementary, primary, secondary, tertiary. No idea. And even though I'm in the community of Dot Lake, I still have no signal on my phone. No cell service, that is. No cellular service. No cellular service. What we have here? Duck Lake Youth Camp since 1975. So I'm outside of Duck Lake now. That was it for Duck Lake. Just about not even a mile. Small community here on this Alaskan highway. See the snow, ice on the top of the mountain to the right, and then the one ridge line to the left is ice free, at least from our vantage point right now. So another 40 miles to get to Talk. Before we get there though, in 32 miles away, we have Tunacross. And that's where I'll be stopping to get some fuel. Right now I'm at a quarter of a tank. And from now on, every single time that I come up on a fuel station, I will be topping it off. So I want to keep it at full for the most part, as much as possible, because the gas stations are so few and far in between out in these parts. And it will be the same way when I hit the Yukon in Canada and parts of British Columbia in Canada as well. Don't want to run out of fuel out here, although it's not a cold winter night. But if you want to get where you're going, gotta stay on top of your fuel tank. Oh, you see that? And like I say, I'll be driving up through there. Getting close up to the ice and the mountain range. It's a huge contrast between there and there. Snow and ice and rocky mountains. No snow and ice, or little snow and ice. And forested, a lot of trees on the mountain. And today's the 8th of June, 2025. So it's springtime, close to summertime, of course, but still we have ice and snow on the mountaintop up in the elevations. What a wonderful world we live in. side of the road. So you can still see ice down there, and I'm gonna stop and show it to you. Big chunks of ice. But I'll stop and show it. Look at that. I'm gonna stop and show it to you. I'll come back and show you all that ice that's out there. Out here. Whoa, gotta get a, let me put on my jacket real quick. All right, I got my jacket on, so now I'm gonna head on out there and go take a look at this ice out here on this bridge on Robertson River. Mountain back there, that. And I'm going down to the bridge to take a look at all the ice. Wow. Robertson River Bridge. I know there was ice around, but I wasn't expecting this much to be out here at this time. And as I can see, look at my foot. I'm wearing shorts, so it's not cold out here. It's, well, I'm wearing my hoodie, yes, but at least I'm wearing shorts, as you can see. But I wasn't expecting all this ice to be out here on the river right now at this time. And I'm talking about chunks of ice that I've seen down there. So it's breaking up, yes, but it's a lot of ice down there. Not a lot of traffic out here, so it's the reason I'll be able to walk down there. But I'm not gonna stay on the bridge. I'm gonna step off to the side so you can see it though. But let me turn it around so you can see all the ice back there behind me. And this is Robertson River. And I'll try to take a shot from down below so you can see the underside of the bridge. But look at that. Look at all the ice that's down there on this side, so you can see it a little bit better. Look at all the ice, big chunks of ice on the river still. talking about. Right there. Like feet of ice, not just inches of ice, but feet of ice just laying there. And you hear that wind blowing. And that motorcyclist is way down there. It's way down there on the edge of the bridge. It's about a quarter mile long, the bridge is. And he's way down there just chilling on the side. I'm almost just waiting to see like a polar bear just pop up. But no, there are no polar bears out here in the river. You'd have to go up there by Prudhoe Bay on the ocean to see a polar bear. But look at that right there. And once again, like I said, today is the 8th of June, 2025, and we still got ice out here. It's amazing. Amazing world we live in. And then just above the ice on the mountain, you got trees growing on the rocks. Amazing. And then you turn around again, and then over on that side, ice on the mountain. Isn't that something? I think this might be the best shot that I'm gonna get off this bridge. That's it. There's a vehicle coming. Let's see how long. There's a vehicle coming. Let's see how long it's gonna take to get to my location. Right where I'm at right now. I'm just gonna step off to the side of the road so it don't run me over. But let's see how long it's gonna take to get here. Welcome to Alaska. If winter could be like this, it would be amazing, because I'm looking at the ice and all the snow, and obviously I'm not up there on top of the mountains, but I'm wearing shorts, and when I step outside, I'm not freezing, which is what I would love. This is like perfect temperature right here. Perfect weather. I would love it. But nope, that's not the way it is. Come winter, even when you're bundled up in the best clothing you can find on the market, you're gonna be freezing out here. And you see a rest area right here, and you can actually see the lake down there as well. That's the water that runs out of Sun River. I think there's a little area you can walk out there. Yeah, I think there's an area I can walk out to to go
Robertson
see the river, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, there's it. Like a little trail to walk out there. So I'm gonna check it out real quick. Take another close look at the Jackson River. See, look how close I am to the ice. And it's not cold at all. Sun is shining brilliantly. Everything is good. Look at that. I wonder if there are any bears out here. One time I went out to Circle and I actually encountered a black bear. When I get out to take pictures of him, that thing took off in the woods. But look how amazing this is. I mean, this is just peaceful and quiet, and for me, serene. I just love it. Oh, there it is, the river. Call me Tarzan or call me whatever you want to call me, but I just love this. To me, this is just, I mean, oh wow, look. There's actually a cabin over there. Look. Man, there's a cabin on the other side of the river right there. Amazing. And everywhere you go, you see patches of purple. But this is really amazing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think they have a trail going all the way down, it seems. Go down nice. This is a steep hill. It's like I'm rolling down it. So now I'm down towards the bottom. And I'll be out of the woods in just a minute. Look at that. Wow. Yeah. Wow. You can see, look at all the waves. You know, like when you go to a sand dune and you see the waves in the sand from the wind blowing. Look at that. But just look at this. I can imagine that person that stays in that cabin is just in peace and quiet and serenity. At least for the time that they stay there during the winter. Not winter, but spring and summer like now. Wow, amazing. Truly amazing. I could just sit here all day and just look out. Head on back up. It's a very steep incline. No joke. If I had telephone coverage or cellular coverage, I would definitely do a live from right here. So these are the trash cans. And that's how they make it, so that the bears can't break into it when they come out. Look. And the restrooms over there. Beautiful. So I've made it to Tunnel Cross. So I'm just about maybe 15 miles from Toke now, and approximately 100 miles from the Canadian border. What's that, like 3 miles of road I'm looking at way out there? Plus another half a mile behind me. 3.5 mile stretch. Way down there. Look at that car way out there. Way out there. I don't know if you can see the light. Yeah, you probably can see the light. Just got it, see, just reached it. I'm now in the community of Toke, and I'm gonna get me some fuel.